welcome to another exciting episode of In the Kitchen with Pampered by John. Tonight I am going to show you how to make some amazing homemade pizzas using your cast iron skillet. We are going to start by frying up the sausage that we are going to put on top of our pizzas right over here in our 10-inch cast iron skillet. Now I have already pre-greased this skillet and put the sausage in it. So we will wait for it to warm up. While it is warming up, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our cast iron skillets. You can use these on the stove top. You can use them in the oven. You can put them on your grill or on a campfire. You can use them on a confectionery stove. You just can't put them in the microwave, and you can't put them in the dishwasher. You're going to clean these cast iron skillets the same way you would clean your Pampered Chef stones, with some hot water and the enclosed scraper that comes with it. You can start your meal up on the stove and then move it to the oven to finish it up. Or you can cook the whole thing right up here on the stove top. You can make some amazing desserts in here. I've used this one to make blackberry cobbler, and I have plans to make a giant cookie out of it here pretty soon. I'll make sure to include that in one of the videos for you guys to see. But tonight I'm using my little one to fry up my sausage. Alright, so once all your sausage is nice and brown, then you're going to move it over to your colander and drain off the little bit of grease off of it and set it aside, because this is going to be one of your toppings on your pizza. And you will notice that I was using my mix and chop, and look how fine my sausage came out. Nice little crumbles that'll be perfect for putting on top of a pizza. So this mix and chop is very good for breaking up sausage when you're cooking it, or hamburger meat. If you're mixing turkey into your hamburger meat, or trying to get two different meats to mix together, it's really good for that. It's good for making scrambled eggs, salsa. If you like avocado, or you like to turn your avocados into guacamole, this will work really good for helping you get it mashed up and mixed together. So our next step is going to be putting our pizza crust into our other two cast iron skillets. Alright, so here we have our two cast iron skillets. Yes, I have a large family, so I have to use two skillets to make our pizzas. We are going to use our Silicone Chef's Basting brush to put our olive oil in our skillets. The nice thing about this brush is it has a hook that you can put on the side of a larger bowl to keep your brush from falling into it. And it also withstands heat up to 500 degrees. So this isn't going to melt on you if your cast iron skillets are already hot. It's not going to melt on you when you're putting your olive oil in your pan. I also have here one of our 1 cup prep bowls. I like these prep bowls because I can use them for measuring out my ingredients for my meal that I'm making and have everything ready on hand. So all I have to do is focus on cooking my products and not focused on trying to measure it out at the same time. When you are cooking or baking, sometimes time is very important, and if you're taking time to measure out your ingredients, you could mess up the item that you are cooking while you are waiting for yourself to measure it. So it's best to be able to pre-measure everything. And as you can see, this just puts a nice thin coat of olive oil on the bottom of my pans. Now this pan that I'm on right now is the one that we have been using for several weeks now. And the other one is the new one that I just recently got in because I wanted to have a second one so that when we made pizza night, everybody had plenty of pizza and we didn't have to wait for the first one to get done cooking before we started cooking the next one. So now we're going to take our pizza dough out of our container here. This is our adult equivalent of a Jack-in-the-Box. You never quite know when it's going to spring on you. We're going to put it on our wax paper. And we're going to roll it out. This is a rectangular pizza dough. And we are putting it into a round cast iron skillet. So what we are going to do is we are going to use our baker's roller. This is very nice because unlike traditional rolling pins, it does not take two hands to use the roller. One hand is all you need, and you can roll your dough out. So you can roll your dough out with very little difficulty. It also is nice because it comes with two sides. The smaller side, when we go to put this dough in our pan, we will use to make sure that it covers the full amount of the pan. Now you're going to want to roll your pizza dough out to whatever thickness you like on your pizza dough. Some people prefer thicker crust, some like thinner crust. Just roll it out till it gets to the desired thickness. Then you're going to take one of your cast iron skillets and you're going to flip it upside down and use it kind of as a guide to slice off some of the extra dough. Now because it does have the double handles, you're not going to be able to go completely all the way around, but at least it gives you an idea of where you want to cut. And this is also a Pampered Chef pizza cutter. However, they've discontinued this one and they've come out with a new one that has a really nice flip on the back that helps you get your crust in your baking area a lot easier. So as you can see, it kind of left a little circle so I can see where to cut. And then I will just peel up my dough. And transport it into my cast iron skillet. This is where I'm going to use my smaller size to make sure I roll it out flat in the bottom of the skillet. This was designed to fit into all the little nooks and crannies of whatever baking utensil you decided to use. And that's all you do to get your pizza dough in your skillet. So we are going to do the next one, and then we are going to pre-bake this crust so that we can put our toppings on it and make pizza. Alright, so we have our two pizzas here ready to go in the oven to do our first cook through on it. And then we have this nice little ball of excess dough. So we are going to use our baker's roller. We're going to flip this over, kind of mush it a little bit so that it makes it stick together. We're going to roll this out Now I'm going to want this a little bit thicker than what I did my pie crust, but I do want it to roll out some. Because you can take this and top it with cheese and make your own homemade breadsticks. So we're going to get this rolled out a little bit. Because it's in a ball, it is a little bit harder to roll out and keep rolled out. So now we are going to top this with our garlic and herb Pampered Chef seasoning. And we are going to put a little bit of olive oil on it. And we are going to put some cheese on top of it and bake this up with our crust. Alright, so now that we have pre-cooked our dough for 8 minutes, we take it out of the oven and now we assemble our pizzas. So we're going to add a little bit of tomato sauce to each one of our pizza doughs. You can use whatever kind of pizza sauce you like. I'm using one of our scraper spatulas to spread it around with. These are amazing for just about anything you need to do in the kitchen, and they're bow shaped, so you can use them as a spoon as well as a spatula. My silly cat has decided to join us in the kitchen today. And the nice thing about these scrapers is that I can go in here and get every last little bit of pizza sauce that's in my cup. All right, so once you have both of your pizzas topped the way you like them, then you're going to put them back in the oven for 6 to 10 minutes to finish cooking them. All right, so now we are going to remove our pizza from the oven. We are going to use our Pampered Chef microwave grips because they work perfectly with these cast iron skillets. They fit right on the handles and make it easy to lift. We also are using our Pampered Chef hot pad. One of the things I like most about this is the ridges that's on it. The ridges keep your pots and pans from sliding around on your hot pad while you're using it. It also works really great if you are putting food down on it. It catches any little crumbs that might fall through if you have like a rack that you're using. So we're going to remove our pizza. Now these pizzas are done and they are ready to eat, but I like mine a little bit browner on the top. So I'm going to change my oven to broil and just broil the cheese a little so it's a little bit brown. All right, everyone, and that is how we make homemade pizza using the cast iron skillet. It's that simple. And let me tell you, the crust is amazing and crispy and nice and golden brown on the bottom, and it's going to be very delicious to dive right on in. So thank you for joining us for another exciting episode of In the Kitchen with Pampered by John. Please like, comment, and subscribe so that you can catch all of our latest videos. See the description below for all the details on the products that we used, as well as a link for where you can get your very own products. Thank you and have a great night.